Shalom, fam. I hope that my sound is good because it's been a minute it's been a minute since I did any type of video or even went live. I know this is like extremely random, but it's really been on my heart and on my mind. I've been telling everybody that I've been wanting to go live because it's just some things that I would like to talk about and not have to do a video and edit. So I only have about 20 minutes on my break. So what I'm gonna do is try to get my 9 points that I'm gonna make. So I kind of decided to title this video, how do you know that you're being recruited? Or are you being recruited? Shalom, sis. Sis, is my sound good? Is it good? Let me know if the sound okay. This video gonna be like good and to the point. It may be less than 20 minutes because no, it could be 20 minutes. But yeah, sis, let me know if my sound good. So yeah, I think I'm gonna title this live, are you being recruited into a assembly or a cult? And I feel like because all of us really wanna be, shalom, shalom, brother. I feel like all of us as a people, we really want to get back, to the motherland. And I think that we have been deceived. And it took me to be in the country to kind of look at it, and then to be out of the country. A lot of people know that I'm not in Tanzania right now, but that's perfectly fine. We still live in Tanzania. We're just doing a little bit of work right now so that we can, do what we have to do. But some of us don't realize that people are possessive when it comes to this community thing. They want you to be a part of them so bad that they will distort the word. They will change it. They will manipulate you just to get you in. And I feel like a lot of people use these fear tactics and they try to intimidate you in a lot of ways. I'm not easily intimidated, and I come from a family who don't really play. I got siblings who don't really play games, and we just like serious people. But at the same time, we do move with wisdom. So before I continue to rant, I'm gonna start off reading from Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 1 through 8. And I did a little bit of changing. Oh, no, I didn't. All right. So guard your steps when you go to Yah's house. For to draw near to listen is better than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they don't know that they do evil. So understand that when you are coming into an assembly, sometimes you don't understand, or when you're interacting or dealing with foolish people, they don't realize that they're doing evil. They're just using their words. They're just coming to the Most High Yah's assembly. They coming to talk. So don't be rash with your mouth. Don't let your heart be hasty to utter anything before Yah. So when you come before Yah, come humble, come broken, because a lot of us are broken, and we just need to understand that, man. We we need to understand that we just got to come humble. I'm sorry, y'all. I really can't even really see the comments as much because I got my phone on a stand. But come humble before the Most High. So for Yah is in heaven and you are on earth. Therefore let your words be few. For as a dream comes with a multitude of cares, so a fool's speech with a multitude of words. So these foolish people who say that they are the assembly of the Most High, they come with so many words and they're so crafty with their words. And, sometimes when stuff happens, like people expect you to respond right away and they expect you. The Most High tells us in his word that we should not respond to foolish things. When people come to you talking crazy outside of their neck, outside of their head, you know that it's not coming from scripture. They're just being foolish. You should not respond to them. So a lot of times the enemy bait us, our fools bait us, and they try to manipulate us and make us want to respond. But you got to know when to respond, fam. You got to know when it's time to say something, when it's time to move accordingly. And especially when you come before the Most High, just be humble and listen. That is a hard lesson that I had to learn years ago. I think back when I was working this very same job and I was at work and I was getting my truck repossessed because for one, I wasn't paying my payment. And I was building my business at the time and I just missed a few payments. And I knew I didn't pay my payment. But, it's just all about being humble. I was going through a lot. I wanted to say a lot. I was angry. Things weren't going well for me. But at the same time, I wasn't going to be foolish and mistreat people or misuse people just because I'm going through certain things. But so when you vow a vow to Yah, don't don't defer to pay it, for He has no pleasure in fools. Pay that which you vow. It is better that you should not vow than you should vow and not pay. So don't tell the Most High that you're doing things for His people when you're not really doing things for His people. When you come before the assembly, when you say that you're serving people and you're doing right by people, don't do that. Don't be foolish. So for the most for the most part, fam, it's very important that we move with wisdom and we can identify when we're dealing with somebody foolish. I think the whole bulk of this video today, the reason why I'm going to come to you in this way, because we should be, I was just listening to Prophecy Ministries, and yes, some of us who know the commandments, we know precepts, we should not be so foolish and so naive when it comes to this assembly and being assembled and following the Most High's laws and statutes and commandments. We should be able to discern and identify when something is not right or people are not moving accordingly. Some of you may look at me, you be like, this guy ain't even got it all together, but he here, telling other people, yes, I don't have it all together. I can admit that I don't have it all together. None of us do. So it's time for us to just be transparent. We don't all have it together. This journey back to the motherland and this into the truth, we all learning, we all coming together. We trying to do our best. Just be humble in that. Some people may believe that I'm too humble and I should say more and I should do this and I should do that. No, you move in the Most High's timing. You know when it's time for you to make a move. You know when it's time for you to move forward simply because you are operating, you allowing the Most High to lead you. It's no confusion. It's no chaos. It's when it's time. Like when you know, people who understand, they understand. All right, so okay. So don't allow your mouth to lead you into sin. Don't protest before the messenger that was a mistake. Why should y'all be angry at your voice and destroy the work of your hands? For in the multitude of dreams there are vanities, as well as in the words, or in many words. But you must fear Yah. If you see the oppression of the poor and the violent taking away of justice and righteousness in the district, don't marvel at that matter. For one official is eyed by a higher one, and there are officials over them. Again, if you offer the milk and you own the meat because the Most High you came before the Most High, you humble, you're wise in the word of the Most High, you allow the Most High to lead you, it is your job to identify when these people are coming in, are infiltrating, are not following the Most High. And I'm gonna stop with that because I know I don't have that much time. I only have about 10 more minutes, and I want to get into these signs that we have to look for. And I've been telling my friends that I want to make a video. We have to identify these things, fam. If we can't identify this, like how can the Most High trust that we are really being led by His word and, by His laws and statutes and commandments? And even people in our community, they look for you to be able to discern and identify these things so that you don't have your people connected with a group that's gonna manipulate them, misuse them, and abuse them. So these are some characteristics that you must identify, and we as a community need to identify. So understanding that the tactics of the enemy are these people who want to form these groups. They say that they're forming a community. They're saying that they're forming an eco village. Or they want to gather a group of business people to do whatever. All right. So it's a way that you lead, and it's a way that it's certain leaders. All right. So it's going to be occultic leaders, that want to manipulate and control you, and ostracize you if you stand up and ask questions. But you're going to have those leaders of the Most High who are going to allow you to ask questions. They're going to allow you to put your input, and you're going to be able to, be involved in the assembly, learn and, grow and just come as you are and be humble, right? So, explaining what a code is. So, understand this, fam. A group that uses manipulative and coercive, I'm saying that wrong, techniques to control members. So, to control members, they emphasize that, they're the only legitimate community. They're the only people doing it. They're the only people, they're the right group, they're the religious group, and they're telling you that they're the only group that's really doing it. They're not saying that the Most High may lead you to that group or that group. They're saying that the Most High led them to you to lead you, and you need to follow them. That's a cult leader. Just tell you that right now. So, a common sign is you have a charismatic leader. They want absolute control. They isolate you. All right. They isolate you. They make you feel like you only can deal with them. That's occultic. All right. So again, leadership with manipulation. You got a charismatic leader. They're good at their words. They're good at articulating. They say they can sell anything. Look for those signs, because just because you can speak and just because you can talk doesn't mean you need to be leading people. You could be a good talker, but maybe, but that's another conversation. So often leaders are positioned in this position. They position themselves in power, and they say that their authority is unquestionable. All right. And they're the only source of truth. The Most High, Yahuwah, his word is the only source of truth. If you're saying that your words are above the Most High's words, you that fool again. You speaking foolish words, because nobody's words are higher than the Most High, Yahuwah. So at the end of the day, if you ain't coming from Scripture, you ain't giving us precepts, you ain't hitting me with the 10 Commandments, you ain't keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments, and you ain't putting all that all together, then you can't come with me and make a point. You can't get on YouTube and say that you exposing something when you're not really living and using the word the way that it should be used. Because for one, you just taking little bits and pieces here and there and adding to what you want to manipulate and tear people down and do whatever you do. These are cultic leaders. Fam, the reason why this is really on us, and you wonder why we keep hitting this point, because it's happening to so many people. In fact, we almost got recruited into this same cult. We almost signed agreements to contribute to something that was out of our control. We could not say anything. You can't question anything. And that's when we knew, when we knew that these two leaders said that they're the only leaders. They're the only leaders. And you can't question their authority. And they have no elders. All right, they have no elder board. Now, mind you, fam, look at this. As soon as I break this down, some of these wicked people will try to say, oh, this is what we're going to do to cover ourselves and cover ourselves. And y'all still listen. Y'all don't even put two and two together and be like, oh, that's who Solo Soul talking about. That's who Coach Arthur talking about. He talking about these very people. And they think that they can just correct some of the little things and everybody should be okay. No, you have to go back and repent, and you have to go back and apologize and fix the things that you have broken in the past. And you have to go through that. You have to go through that atonement. You have to do that. They think that they can just continue to move forward and just disrupt the community and do people wrong, and it's okay because now you're doing things legit and you're doing it the right way. We called you out before because you weren't doing things right. But either way, as y'all can see, fam, I don't have to say any names because I don't want my name brought up in no conversation, which I know that these people are wicked, and they probably will bring me up anyways because they're just focused on us, because all we do is just state facts and we just come to you correct, and we just give it to you how it is, and we give you the truth, and we ain't trying to give you nothing outside of the word of the Most High. So again, back to this occultic leadership and manipulation. They exclusively tell you that Their group are the only ones with that special knowledge for that certain country or a certain area. They're the only ones with that path of truth that you have to follow. So again, it's manipulation. It's manipulation. So they have this individual believes that everyone should be obedient to them. Everyone should respect them, all right, and give them respect, but they don't have to respect the members. And the members are discouraged again from questioning any of the teachings. They're discouraged from questioning anything in that community or anything that's happening. They are punished and they're ostracized if they do say anything that may disrupt what those leaders say. All right, and that's not a community, that's a cult, because a community of people or assembly of people, we're all able to come in humbly and you can make your recommendations. We can talk to the elders, we can vote on it, we can, if any issues, we can all come together. We don't have to go on social media and bash every little person that has done something wrong to us. If we all bashed everybody who did something wrong to us, saying that we're exposing something, when we're really just exposing personal business and operations to social media and people in that country and other groups to just see how stupid and wicked we are. Excuse me for saying stupid and wicked. It's very sad. So that leader's agenda is typically to use their influence for personal gain, for wealth, power, and control. They're only highlighting what they're doing. They're putting themselves in this glorious position of ambassador to this and of that and that, and they're putting themselves in these positions. They're positioning themselves. They're not helping to position other people in the community. People who talk to us, dang on AC coming on. These people who talking to us, they know that we want to position people in our community in a position of power for their family, because at the end of the day, if you're not taking care of your own household first, you can't say you finna, support a whole community and do this when you are not of value. You have to make sure you're of value and you can pour into other people as well and help people. You can't just put yourself in these positions where you can't even help people. All right, so another thing, this is very big, psychological manipulation and techniques. Initially, what they do is they overwhelm you with care and they make it seem like it's so sweet, it's so nice. They make you feel special. They make you feel wanted. That's what a lot of companies do. They make you drink the Kool-Aid, they say. They make the Kool-Aid real sweet. They give you a nice big cup of it. They add all kinds of little spices into the Kool-Aid. They make it taste so good, like, oh man, Tanzania or Ghana or South Africa, it's amazing. You should come here. It's so beautiful. It's amazing. Everything is perfect. We have some issues, but trust me, you don't have to really follow all these laws. They make everything sound good. They get you in that way. Then next thing they do, they get you to pay some of your money. They get you, and then they say, oh, well, you pay this money, you're in. You in it to win it. Is no other way. This is how it's gonna be. So next is them, us versus them. All right, mentality. They create a sense of external enemies by promoting fear of outside world to keep members in that group. So what they do is they say, oh, we got ops, we got enemies, we got agents, we got these people who are against us. They want to tear everything we doing down. They want you to feel guilty and shame. They often use emotional manipulation to make members feel responsible for their problems or failures. So if members are not contributing certain things, if you're not doing this, you making it harder for the community, it's your fault. You need to do this, do that. When people got their own lives and they're trying to move their own entire families into a certain community, like when you're moving your family to a new country, it's very hard. You shouldn't be obligated to just join a group and fully focus on what they have going on. You have to take care of home first, and then you can be a part of this group or community. So they use information to control. They restrict access to outside media. They defer opinions, and they maintain control over the narratives. So what these wicked people do, are cultic leaders, they always try to get ahead of the narrative. Like they go ahead and put out a video talking about people in their community tearing us down, and they coming from the US, they bringing all this wickedness. Trust me, people don't move all the way. Some people do, they move all the way to Africa for drama, but most people who are bringing their whole family, like wife and kids, They're not coming, especially retired people, they're not coming all the way to Africa to get away from the US to start a whole bunch of issues with people. They're not coming to take over what you have. That's occultic. You feel like everybody coming to take what you have. That's like me on a job. I feel like they bring a new teacher down the hallway. They coming to take my job. They coming to take over my classroom. They coming to take over this. I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. All right, so fam, this gonna be the last point because I'm at my last 3 minutes. So dependency and isolation. So cult members often isolate your family members and friends, and they isolate you from your family members and friends. They make it seem like everybody over there in America or in the West are evil, they're wicked, don't listen to them. Don't listen to the warnings that they give you about me and the occultic, ways that I think. It's just so sad how they try to isolate people because they try to do it to me, even with my own mom. Like this occultic leader tried to say, oh, you and your mom and uncle, they seem to have a lot of input on what you're doing. That's my elders. Though I have to respect my mother and my father, my godfather, which my uncle. I have to respect them. I have to respect their opinion. They have lived a long life and they know business. I have to listen to the recommendations and the guidance and wisdom that they give me. So this young occultic leader was telling me I shouldn't listen to my mother or my uncle because they know better than them. And never had a business in the US, never ran business, never did construction, but you telling me that I shouldn't listen to my elders. That's wicked, fam, I'm telling you. So fam, this is the last one. Red flags, financial exploitation. If the group leader depends on significant financial contributions without transparency or accountability, they are exploiting the members for financial gain for themselves. They're using your money to pay their own bills, to take care of their own things. They're not focused on what you have going on. Trust me. All right. So, and also false promises. They're promising you land. They're promising you a title. They're promising you different things. They can't deliver on those things, fam, because they're not legit. All right, fam, I'm going to do a continuation. I'm going to do another live a little bit later today. That was number 6. I'm going to continue on number 7. Y'all bless, and I got to get back to teaching. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. And I don't even know how to stop this video.